Hello, Gabby student. Welcome back. For those who do not know me, I'm Alicia, your virtual Gabby coach. I'm here to support your Gabby training along with your own personal Gabby coach. In this video, we will be looking at the simple past verb tense. The simple past verb tense is used to talk about a completed action in a time before now. Let's look at some examples. I walked to work this morning. We often visited our family in Canada. She played the piano a long time ago. When we use the simple past, the action we are talking about can be in the recent past or the distant past, and the duration or how long the action takes is not important. As you can see in the examples I've given you, to form the simple past, we add ed to most regular verbs. There are exceptions to this, and now I will show you the 3 most common irregular verbs that we use in the simple past. Number 1, the verb to do becomes did in the simple past. For example, I did my self-training yesterday. Number 2, the verb to go becomes went in the simple past. For example, he went to the cinema last week. And number 3, the verb to be becomes was or were in the simple past. For example, she was a student last year, or they were students last year. There are many other irregular verbs that we use in the simple past, but I'm sure with more training and with the help of your Gabby coach, you will start to recognize them. The ones that I've just shown you are the most important and most useful for you right now. Another important thing to think about is that you always use the simple past to talk about when something happened in the past. So you often use it with certain past time expressions. Let me show you a few examples of how we use these past time expressions. Number 1, we use past time expressions to talk about the frequency of an action or how often it happened by using words like always, sometimes, or often. For example, I often visited my family in Canada. Number 2, we use past time expressions to talk about a specific point of time in the past by using words like this morning, last night, at 7 o'clock. For example, I walked to work this morning. I finished my breakfast at 7 o'clock. A third way that we use past time expressions to talk about a general point of time in the past is by using words like a long time ago, when I was a child, the other day. For example, she played the piano a long time ago. You will often hear English speakers use the word ago to talk about the distance in the past. We use the word ago after we talk about the period of time. For example, 1 month ago, 3 minutes ago, 4 years ago. Now, let's move on to some practice. I'm going to ask you a question. Please answer this question with a yes, using a complete sentence, so using all of the words that I use in my question. Ready? Here we go. Did you walk your dog yesterday? The answer is yes, I walked my dog yesterday. How did you do? Did you notice anything different with the verbs in my question and in the answer? If you did, then great. When you ask a question or you answer someone with a no using the simple past, you always use the verb did plus the base of the main verb. Did you walk your dog yesterday? Yes, I walked my dog yesterday. Let's try again. I'm going to ask you another question. Please answer once again using yes. Here we go. Did you play the piano when you were a child? The answer is yes, I played the piano when I was a child. Great! Now let's try one more example. This time, I'm going to ask you a question. Please answer with a no. Ready? Here we go. Did you visit Canada last year? The answer is no, I didn't visit Canada last year. Remember, in the negative form, just like in the question form, you use the word did as well as the base of the main verb. Great! Now you can use what you've learned today in your own self-training as well as with your Gabby coach in your live training.